Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the Flannel Channel. I'm Philip, and I'm glad you're here. Hanging out in the pole shed today. It's really, really cold outside. It's actually the day after Thanksgiving, but in Minnesota, man, it feels like New Year's. This is a 2001 Peterbilt 379 that belongs to my buddy, Tyler Lind. He brought it to me because he wants hand-painted lettering on the doors, the DOT numbers, truck numbers. He wants some pinstriping. The name of this truck is Rose, and so it's definitely gonna have a rose theme to it. It's got a C15 cat, 18 speed. It's a day cab for now, obviously, but Tyler has a sleeper he's gonna be putting on it. He's got plans for this truck. He hasn't owned it real long, but I wanna show you this machine because, well, it's awesome. And if you're anything like me, you love trucks, but to be able to have a part in this and do some artwork on it, I'm very honored to be asked to do this. So why don't you come along with me? It's not gonna be a how-to video. I have some of those here on the channel, but this is more of a come along with me on a fun project, and I want to show you a little bit about my process and what we do, and meanwhile you can just enjoy a really cool Pete. So yeah, let's jump in. Here we go. So again, this is a 2001 Peterbilt 379. Tyler hasn't owned it real long, just picked it up recently. And he has a sleeper that he is planning to put on it. And 14-foot stacks on it, C15 cat, 18 speed. And some of the interior is torn up because he's in the process of doing some work to the heater and get some other panels and stuff. Yeah, very cool work truck. I dig it. Here, let me open the hood up. You guys wait right here just a second. Now, I'm not gonna speak for Tyler, but he told me that this thing's turned up a little bit. It's kind of hot. I think that's super cool. This is going to be his personal truck. This is going to be Tyler's personal truck. He's got some drivers that drive some of his other stuff. But yeah, this one's warmed up a little bit. I don't know all the specs on it, what's been done. Shoot, Tyler might not even know what all's been done to it, but he said it really boogies. Yeah, very cool. And a lot of original stuff on it. A few aftermarket pieces here and there. I forgot to ask him what the wheelbase is, but it looks like it's factory. I don't think anything's been changed back here. Pete low air leaf. Original wheels. Yeah. A lot of stuff is kind of era correct. We're getting to that age now where truck with this many miles on it, that's harder and harder to find. But Tyler's doing some work on the heater. He asked me to add some personalization to a couple pieces like that. I might do some striping up here. But yeah, it has been painted, obviously, but I appreciate the fact that it's not a perfect truck because that would make me even more nervous. I am not a perfect artist. Being just human, my work is very imperfect, so it'll fit right in with an imperfect truck that's blue-collar working class. Love that. So this thing is going to be out on the road, earning a living, and taking care of a family, and I love that. So to have a part in being able to show some company pride and some old school artwork, I think that's pretty neat. So I'm gonna let it continue to warm up, gonna wipe it down because it has been waxed quite a bit. I need to prep the surfaces, and we'll get started laying down some pencil lines where I want my numbers and some of my striping to go. And yeah, I'll show you my process. Well, like I was mentioning earlier, I'm not gonna really show you every single step of what I do and how I do it, but I use Alpha6 Enamel paints. It's made right in Detroit, Michigan, so USA stuff, love it. The pencils that I use to lay down some of my designs and ideas are basically just kind of a soap pencil. It's not a grease pencil, but it's something that's designed to go on surfaces and not mess with the paint and allowing it to stick. So that helps me. It just wipes off with water, glass cleaner, and I can just scroll out ideas and lay out my design for my lettering and things like that exactly where I want it. I can change it, I can move it, and then when it's time to actually put the paint on, I already have an idea of where it's gonna go. So we're gonna put truck numbers up in here with a little bit of some striping and some small, subtle roses here and there in the pinstriping. And Tyler gave me some really, really basic desires that he had, but otherwise he's leaving it as a blank canvas for me, which is also pretty cool. I'm not gonna do anything back here because, again, it's gonna be a sleeper back there, and he'll probably bring the truck back to me after the sleeper's been painted and installed, and we'll do some more to add on to it. The colors that Tyler chose are the teal and the purple, and I think that's gonna be a pretty neat look right there. Yeah. I keep thinking it's got almost like a 90s kind of vibe to it with those colors, and I think that's gonna be pretty fun. I'm looking forward to this. So I'm just gonna pop in some earbuds and do some time lapse for you guys and get going on my work. Let's do this. The first couple letters here, just to see how everything's flowing and working. And I am purposely running my brush a little on the dry side because I really like being able to see brush strokes, especially when I'm putting a light and dark color together like that. I don't want it to look full on patina, but I really like making a truck look like it's been wearing these letters for quite a while. And easy to tell that it's actual brush strokes from a ways away and not vinyl. So yeah, that's what I'm going with right now. And some of it is just making sure I have the correct width of brush for the size letters I'm going with, things like that. I'll set up a little time lapse, show you what I'm doing, but that's about it. Got my truck number set up there, and I just draw on some lines of where I'd like to put some of my pinstriping. Give myself some center lines of where I plan to put some work and start letting the paint flow. I don't want to set up too much of a time lapse though, just because if I do that, I can't listen to podcasts or music on my earbuds. It's the price of filming a YouTube video at the same time I'm trying to actually enjoy my work. So yeah, you know. Yeah, all right, take a quick break, grab a snack, keep on going. Now, you might be thinking, I'm not so sure about this teal color on the maroon. Watch this, it's gonna start popping. Let's add our drop shadow, second color. It's not pink, it might be showing up that way on the camera. It's actually a purple. This is not blue, it's teal. It's like green blue. And then kind of a dark pink. I would call it purple. The reason I'm not using the dark purple that I had earlier is it was starting to get lost in the paint. So I may use this as some shading. But yeah, so we'll be using those together, and might even pull a little bit of this in there too. Some mint or some aqua for some highlights. Yeah. And once we start outlining these letters, it's gonna really jump off the surface. Mm-hmm. I dig it. Well, it's day 2 working on Tyler's truck here today. I simply did that because I have some family stuff that I needed to, go and be a part of, and it's sometimes better to just break up a big project. And Tyler said he's not coming down to pick this truck up until tonight, so that'll give it some time to cure. It's snowing like crazy out anyway, and so once again, thankful to be indoors in a nice, warm, cozy pole shed and put some art on this truck. So my plan now is to switch over to the longer bristled pinstriping brush and actually start pulling some longer lines since the lettering is all finished. That cured overnight. I'm happy with how that turned out. If you notice in some of the time-lapse stuff, I actually started to do a darker drop shadow on this thing, and I used a dark purple as my outline. It just didn't work, didn't look right. From a distance, it was tough to read, and yeah, so I had to change things up partway through and experiment a little bit just on this one corner of the door, and I was able to put everything back where I think it should be, and I'm happy with the results. All right, so this is where pinstriping really starts to get kind of fun, because you can start to tie in all of your themes and your colors and ideas together using different layers and colors. And what I'm doing right here is just paletting until I get just the right consistency that I want on my brush. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring down, and I'm going to tie the green in with a little bit of white right here, like that. And now I'm going to connect the white, the pink, and it's going to flow all the way back to the Peterbilt logo, because I want this design that's up here to really start jumping off the surface. If I use too many dark colors on a dark background, you don't see it from a distance, and so that's why it's important to use some darks and some lights together. All right, here we go. Just like that. Now, I'm going to come back through, got a little bit of a wiggle right there, and I can just smooth it up by going right over the top of it again. Move my stool. I'm going to come back this direction. I'm actually going to thicken it up just a little bit. I like a stripe to end thin. sound you're hearing is the furnace kicking on. It's really cold outside today. There we go. Now, I want to square up. Oh, almost dropped my brush. Do you see that? Woo! Saved it. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna actually square up that little corner right there. But yeah, not bad. I'll need to recreate it on the other side. And don't worry, I saw the headlight was out of adjustment too, so I'm gonna take care of it for him. I got you, Tyler, I got you. Fixed. Now the next two lines that I'm thinking about pulling on this thing, I'm not 100% confident I'm gonna like it. They're difficult lines to pull. I would like to try and do one here and follow the radius of the wheel opening all the way around. And then a second color right next to it all the way around again, both sides. Just because I think these fenders are really unique. They follow the curve real nice, and it would be neat to be able to pull that off. Now, I don't know if that's something Tyler wants. He didn't ask me to do that, but he did say, do what you want. So I kind of want to attempt it. And if I don't like it, I'm just gonna wipe it off because it's just paint. So yeah, let's give it a whirl. Oof, that is a challenge. And I had to peel my sweatshirt off. I was getting hot halfway through. So that's it with a guideline tape on it. And there's a couple spots that got a little bit thin, a little bit thick. But for the most part, I think I'm happy with it. Let's peel this off and stand back and look at it from a distance. Yeah, I can already see one spot I don't like at all. We'll see. I gotta look at it for a little bit, see if it's gonna stay. Definitely need to make a correction. I can tell that right now. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with how this all turned out. I still have a couple little touch-ups to make here and there, but you know what? I'm gonna stand back and look at it a little bit, eat a little snack, start putting some stuff away, and make sure it's what I want before I actually say goodbye to this thing. But the guys are coming down to pick it up right now, and it's got to go back to work on Monday. So you know what? I dig it. As a whole, it's a cool look, and once they get the sleeper put on this thing, it'll come back probably do some more and just keep adding to it. That's what's kind of fun about repeat customers that come back for pinstriping, is that, you know, sometimes stuff gets hit with a pressure washer, or sometimes something gets crashed up or scuffed, or, you know, sometimes driver's name changes on the door and stuff like that. That's okay. That's part of it. That's part of the story that a machine like this gets through its life. And so I'm happy to be a part of it. It was fun to bring you guys along on this project. Let me give you a quick close-up one more time of some of the work that I did on this thing. And then maybe I'm gonna try and catch Tyler's reaction when he walks in and sees it for the first time. So yeah, should be kind of fun. Well, this was a fun episode. Thank you for coming along with me and for just kind of watching what I do on a weekend. And hey, let me just say one more thing. I sometimes get people that DM me or leave me comments that say, hey, how much to have you do my truck? Or I want to know where I can get your work. Right now, I'm actually not taking on any more clients. My schedule's full. And so because I have repeat customers like the Lins and many other friends that I've worked for, I'm not taking on any new clients right now. But if I do, I put it out on social media, let you guys know I'm gonna be at a location, and maybe we can put something together for you. So yeah, thanks for asking. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for supporting the channel. If this is the kind of content you like, well, there's lots of other stuff on this channel you'll probably dig too. Appreciate you guys. Peace and grease.